Welcome back, friends. So in my last video we discussed about how to install Kali Linux on VMware Workstation 17 Pro, and in earlier videos as well I have that I have created, like how to install operating systems on VMware Workstations. And last videos were related to infrastructure as a service, platform as a service. So basically like exploring Microsoft Azure. However, my last video was on installing Kali Linux on VMware Workstation 17 Pro. So if you are into learning cybersecurity, ethical hacking, or you want to learn penetration testing, so there is another operating system apart from Kali Linux that you can use. So there are various operating systems and there are various tools which are available for the Linux platform as well as Windows platform. So, but in Kali Linux there are some tools which are pre-built, and similarly in Parrot OS as well, these tools are pre-built. So we will install a virtual lab or virtual operating system in our VMware Workstation Pro. So let us begin. First of all, we'll go to, okay, we will not go to any address because I tried putting the address and it redirected me to some site which is a kind of porn site. So I do not want to show you this. So it is better like you type Parrot OS in the Google search and you see parrotsec.org. Parrot, okay, and you go to the download. Either you go to the download section or you go to Parrot Security. So let us look on it from the beginning. So what it says, Parrot Security provides a huge arsenal of tools, utilities, and libraries that IT and security professionals can use to test and assess the security of their assets in a reliable, compliant, and reproducible way. From information gathering to final report, the Parrot system gets you covered with the most flexible environment. So this operating system is basically loaded of all the tools that is required for um, cybersecurity jobs, right? Like cybersecurity related activities, uh, like to detect a risk or vulnerability in a system and report it, and based on which you can design your security systems. So this is basically what cybersecurity does. Now we need to go to download section and we need to see the virtual machine option. So there are two options I'll show you. This virtual machine, and you go to security. There are two architectures. Let us select this one. Okay. Now this is a virtual machine which is already built. So if you click on it, you can see uh, like this is for iOS. Apple Silicon is a hypervisor that you can use in iOS. If you want to go for Windows, so you want to go one step back and click on download again, virtual, and when you click on security and this architecture, you'll get it for VirtualBox, right? So if it is VirtualBox, you'll get a different extension for this file that you can convert it into a readable format which VMware Workstation can read. It has a default credential, username Parrot and password Parrot, right? So it is like you download this machine, import into VMware, and you can get started. So, but I'll tell you because I tried and tested it, and I find that there is an issue with this download because it needs too much of the configuration. So you need to like, because I do not understand what exactly we need to do here. So that is the reason I was not able to load it. So if you click on it, it will go and do nothing. Okay. So we will not follow this way. Rather, we will go and get an ISO image, and we will boot the machine with the ISO image, and then we can install the Parrot OS. Okay. So if I go to the download section again, I see the live option, and this is the security edition, and for AMD 64. Okay. And if I click here, you'll get an ISO image to download. So if I click on ISO image, the download will it will ask you to save it in the download folder. This depends upon how your browser is set. My browser is set to ask to save the file every time. That is why it is asking. So this I downloaded already. So once you have downloaded it, like the folder where it goes. So I have already downloaded the Parrot security ISO image. And to use this ISO image, the default username is Parrot and password is Parrot. Now, with this ISO image, like it is a penetration testing tool, or it is a cybersecurity tool, it allows a very good feature where you can boot it from a removable disk, right? Suppose you have a PC and you put the Parrot OS, you can put your USB drive and you can boot from the USB drive. It will boot into Parrot Operating System, and you can use the tool, remove the USB so that it does not leave a trace, right? Like which machine. So it will come for some time, it will do its penetration testing, um, like Red Hat hacking it will do, and then it will come back. So if you once you remove the USB drive or the pen drive, it will not be detectable like which machine used it. Okay. Or maybe I can say like it will not create a presence, and that is the core essence of using like of cybersecurity. So let us see what we can do. And once you boot from the USB drive, you'll get an option to install as well. So if you want a persistent installation, you can do it. So the download is already there in my downloads folder. If I go to downloads, this is the ISO file. All right, now we will launch our VMware workstation and load this operating system into it. So we'll go File, New Virtual Machine, and we will do a typical next. And I'll choose the installer disk image as browse and Parrot ISO and click next. Click next, and again like it will ask for a location to install the virtual machine. So we'll go and inside D drive. Like if you want to know why I'm going to the D drive, you can see like my C drive is syncing with OneDrive, and I do not want to clog my OneDrive or fill my OneDrive with virtual machines. Okay, maybe I need it like Parrot OS Lab 2. So it will tell me that there is already uh, an operating system loaded, but because we have choose the existing folder, so you just need to continue. Okay, now here, if I take you back to the Parrot OS screen, now the processor is dual core CPU that you need. no graphical acceleration, memory 1 gigs, and storage 16 gigs. Right. So be on a safer side, I'll put 20 gigs of storage, and memory is 768 MB. So let us make it like 2 gigs. That is 1 gig is recommended, and we click on finish. Right. And lab 2 is created, and we power on this virtual machine. Let us see what happens. So you see this Parrot is the operating system has loaded from the ISO file. Now again, like if you click inside, the cursor will go. When you press Control and Alt key, the cursor will come back. So you have to click on it, you go inside it, and use your up arrow, down arrow key to navigate through it, right? So if you see, the first option is try install. So when you click on it, it will load the operating system, and so first we will load the operating system, and then we will try installation later. So but we just want to see how this ISO image with a pen drive will work. So if you see, like, try install, we'll leave it. Advanced modes are there: terminal mode, RAM mode, persistent mode, uh, encrypted, persistence, forensics. So we all need to look into these options, but at a later time. So we'll try and install. So now it is loading the operating system from the USB drive. Okay. So this Parrot OS is loading. Now it has already loaded and logged in, right? So it is so simple, right? You have, if you go to VMs and go to settings, and you see CD DVD drive, you have this ISO image, right? And you can disconnect it from here. Like, this is all virtual. Like, physically you need to put the pen drive in the slot and remove it. So if you remove this connected and connect and power on and click on OK, disconnect, override, and over that write the lock. So now the pen drive, it has already booted from the pen drive. Now we have removed the pen drive. Let us see what happens. Right, so it won't do anything, or what? Like, this is the installation screen, but we have removed the ISO. So now we'll go ahead and restart this operating system. So if we restart, it says there is a virtual fail because the corresponding VMware tool script did not run successfully. If you have configured a custom reset in the virtual machine, that it is coming from it is coming from when we put the restart command. Okay, sorry, wrong key was pushed. So I'm restarting it now. Now see, it will not be able to find uh, any operating system on the machine because we have disconnected the pen drive, right? So suppose, like, you have a blank machine. Okay, you can make this pen drive bootable, and you can boot that blank machine from the USB drive, and once your work is done, you just need to pull out the USB drive, and then it is very obvious, nobody will be able to trace which machine was doing the sniffing, or like which machine was scanning your ports. So it will completely be undetected, right? So again, you go to VM and you go to settings and go to CD DVD SATA connect on power on and click OK. Now go ahead and restart the guest, and it will start loading from the USB drive, which is our ISO file. So you see, like it is a kind of perfect operating system which is built for cybersecurity, and it makes your footprints undetectable. So you once you do your work, you remove the USB drive, the operating system is gone, the machine is gone. So you leave no footprints of sniffing a network or doing an ethical hacking. You should always like it is okay, but you should always use for good purpose. I am not in support of hacking because I know if I am creating something with such an effort and it gets hacked, it gets my personal files are like they got hacked, my machine got hacked, my network got hacked. Like it is a very big cost for any company, organization, or at a personal level as well. So we are on the Parrot screen and we can see the applications which are already there, like programming, system services, Metasploit. This is a tool to send the payloads and used in hacking. We'll discuss these all these services later, applications later. However, let us go and start like a persistence installation of Parrot OS. So we'll click here, double click on this install Parrot OS. The system does not have enough working memory. At least 4 GB is required. Okay, so let us make it 4 GB. You can add again. So you go settings and you see memory. It is 2 GB. 3. You can make it maximum 3, or you can change it from here because this operating system is running, so it won't go give it is not giving you much option. So we'll cancel it. We will power off this virtual machine. This is another, see, that is the reason I did not go and fast forward everything, because I want to show you each and every aspect, like how it works, how it does not work. So we'll go to this Parrot OS. Now we will go to VM and go to manage. And no, I'm doing something. So right click on it, or you can go to settings, or you can select it, highlight it, and go to VM and go to settings. And you need to choose memory. Now you see more memory available. So it said like 404 gigs is required. So we'll allocate it 4 gigs, 4096, and click OK. So now the memory is 4 gigs. Maybe I can change the number of processors to assign it. Maybe, but I am not very much sure how many processors I have. That I'll have to look into it. Um, so let us see we can how we can do that. System. We'll go to system information. The system information window is open, and if I go to processor, page file hyper processor, right? So see, you have like 4 cores, and 4 cores are there, right? You can see it. So we can assign it like let it be 2, but we can assign it like 4. And because if again if I have 4 cores, I cannot assign more processor to my virtual machine, because then it will fail. It is an i3 ninth gen processor. I'm planning to build like a 10th gen, which has like 8 cores. So I think this was also a good information. So we'll put like 4 cores and click OK. Now this is the setting we have done for our virtual machine. You can see it here as well. What what are the resources you are allocating? And now we will power on this virtual machine. Okay, so what, like the host will always ask you if there are removable devices connected to your uh, host computer. It will ask whether you want to connect to the guest or not. So we don't want it now. So we'll close it. Now we are on the try install screen. So I'll go try install. Okay, now it has loaded. So now we'll see, go to install Parrot. The system does not have enough working memory, at least 4 gigs is required. So we are stuck here on this. Workspace 1. So we need to look into it, what is going on. So you go and see properties, general orientation, like this is the UI setting. And if I go here and I want to find control center, right, hardware, and about me, file management, Bluetooth manager, display, advanced network, firewall, appearance, main menu, KDE system settings, trend settings, okay, administration, hardware. You're not seeing like memory, appearance, main menu. It is main menu, go to main menu, graphics, okay, office, internet, education, systems, services, okay, preferences, network. But we have assigned a 4 gigabyte RAM to this machine, and I'm not able to find system services are there, database. Where to see system tools? These are okay. So I'll leave this topic for later, but I know we have assigned. Sorry, but yeah, this is like I'm testing it for the first time myself. So don't worry about it. American English. The system is not a working memory. Why I'm getting this error? It may be because I'm loading it through a pen drive or ISO device. But we'll ignore it for now and go next. And let us see. It works. Next. We will check and click next. VMware, no. Okay. So what we'll do is erase disk, and we will, yeah, so dev SDA master boot record. Next, what is your full name? So I'll put like, what is the name of this computer? So I'll make it like Parrot OS lab. Password I'll key in. Okay, we see check red. Okay, so there it will not accept any blank space, white space I can say. I'll name it like this. So log in automatically because without asking for password. So one thing we saw, like when we booted from the pen drive, it did not ask us for the user ID and password. But when we are installing as a persistence operating system, it is asking for a user ID and password. So we can figure it out, like when you are using the Parrot OS through the pen drive, any changes you make to the operating system, like, might not get saved, your files might not get saved, right? And if you are creating files and folders, definitely the storage space on your pen drive will be needed more, but you cannot expand it. So it is a good idea to install, like if you want like to use it, or if you're in a learning phase, I would recommend you to install the operating system. So click next and click on install. Install now. Now it is creating, installing it. So you see, like that is the reason I do not skip the video, or you won't find me skipping video or fast forwarding it, because we can get into a issue anytime. So just to have a real time look and feel, I won't like go fast forward or skip it. It might be like the videos are long and boring, but if that is it, that is for learning purpose. I do not create videos just for the entertainment purpose, like you look at the video and then you try it and then you fail and then you start searching the internet like, oh my god, what is happening, right? So we saw the error, like it needed 4 gigabytes of RAM to run. Okay, but we were able to skip that screen, right? So now once we finish up installing it, we will be able to figure out if the operating system loads correctly or if it throws an error. So it is better like you watch complete video and then you try installing it on your machine. While it is installing, I would recommend you to like put in the comment section or on my videos, like what you want to learn, like be either you are a service desk support personnel, you are a project manager, you are whatever role you have, you can ask in the comment section. I'll try to explore it because I already mentioned in all my videos, I'm not an expert, right? You're not learning from an expert. I do not claim that whatever I give you or provide the information to you is like it is accurate, but I do not claim it like it is the only solution. I give you a solution. There can be different solutions to it, but the solution that I'm giving it is 100% working, 100% tested, and then I present it to you. So initially, I tried doing the same with like creating, downloading the VirtualBox file, which is VOB VOB file. So you sorry OVA file OVA. So if I install VirtualBox on my Windows system, I will be able to get this operating system installed on that VirtualBox, but I was not able to install it on the VMware workstation. And in my personal experience using VirtualBox or Windows V, which is the Windows hypervisor, it is a bit difficult. And using why I am building all the operating systems on VMware Workstation is VMware Workstation is easy and fast to use. That is my experience. Maybe your experience is different, so you can try installing VirtualBox, Hyper-V, and you can try installing operating systems on it. But this is my opinion, right? This and nobody is forced to. Okay, that is taking time, and definitely it will take time, more time. But as I said, like you can do, and when I am going like with a slow speed, the video is long. You can play it on your mobile device and work on your computer. You can start the installation on your own while this installation is going on, so that you also finish on time. It is like 30 minutes already elapsed in this video. Design for cybersecurity experts. It is not like a fancy video which will give you all like good AI pictures. Right? It is a simple video. So, mm, but it is. I want to make it full of experience, right? I do not believe in creating a video which gives you like the walkthrough and then you are struggling with the actual when you are actual in the system, then you start struggling, right? And my next video, like I have planned my next video, it would be on cloud technology. If you go through the list of videos on my YouTube channel, so you can find there was I started with installing Active Directory. So my videos will be more on Active Directory and how do you migrate from Active Directory to cloud Microsoft Entra ID. I don't know. I click somewhere. Okay. All right. Okay. I was trying something else on my computer, like doing something with Clipchamp. But if you want to learn like how to use Clipchamp that I use for my videos, if you want to learn how to learn Camtasia, there also I can create videos, but you'll find too many videos around it. Maybe I can try some Word file. Opening a Word file, and I'll try narration. Another screen while the operating system is installing. Okay, it reached. Okay, now it is fast from 3960. Okay, good. Something I want to use. Okay, so it has reached 80% now. Now it is faster. '82. Running command user sbin bootloader config. Okay, it is installing the bootloader. That is the final step. So we can see in installation of Kali Linux as well. In the final step, it created the grub bootloader. 94%. Okay, it says all done. So we'll click on done and it will go restart now. Welcome to Parrot OS. So we so you can see like first one is Parrot OS GNU Linux. GNU is like graphical interface. Parrot OS 6 GNU Linux with Linux 6.5 text only mode. Parrot OS with Linux. Parrot OS GNU Linux SCPI off. Parrot OS 6 GNU Linux advanced option. You can see, but for now we will boot into the Parrot OS directly. So initially initiating. So we see like we allocated 4 gigabytes of RAM to the operating system, and it was showing like you do not have enough memory, but it did not cause any issue. And I think we are on the login screen. So now we'll put the username is there and it is asking for a password. So I'll put my password. Okay, it is loading my screen now. Okay, now we are there on the Parrot OS, and you can see the install Parrot option, like which we used to install, is not available anymore, right? Do you want to check for updates? Okay, let us do that. Let us check for updates, and it will ask for a password, and we'll authenticate, and it is running the updates, installing updates. Let it install. So Debian Parrot shell, Parrot Lori main 6. Too many things to know. Updating Firefox. It updated, finished. Yeah. Now we can also see, like earlier we did a boot from the USB drive, the ISO file, which was not a persistent boot, but using that ISO boot, we have installed the Parrot OS on the drive, and we can now remove that USB storage and see and try to boot it once again. Okay, I think it is almost done. 2% reading data. Okay, 3%. I do not want to make it long, but the system is making it long. But as per my commitment, I'll not go fast forward or go fast on the video. I just want to show you each and every screen that we get on VMware. For this video, I have not created a blog post, but once I'm done with the video, I'll create one. Okay, now it is faster. 45%. Sorry for making a long video. It might be boring for you, but you know, like why I make these long videos. See, okay, I think I missed this screen. Processor is 100% in use. Okay, so system memory is 3.8 gigs. All right. Available disk space is 3.6 GB, which it has already stored. And whatever processor that we provided to this machine is almost, because it is doing the installation and update, it will take more processor. And if you go to resources, the CPU usage is high. It goes up to 98%. So we have it's up, like provided how many cores? Let me see. Uh, I'll go to VM and settings. So we have provided it 4 cores. Number of core, you cannot change it now, or I would not recommend you to change it now because maximum number of processors that I have is 4. Hard disk is 20 gigabytes, CD DVD, and memory is 4 gigs, so we can increase the memory. But we won't do it now because it is updating the operating system, or installing the operating system. So the CPU usage will be high. You do not need to panic, but we need to make sure, like when we are doing the installation, we go through the bare minimum requirement, and in my suggestion you need to add something like more than what is the minimum requirement. It is 66%. Let us wait for some more time, and meanwhile you can start your own installation, because my bad, I cannot go faster. I get through, like, then I get some ideas as well which I want to share. I get things like, earlier I was not able to find. See, sometimes you're lost and you're not able to find from where you can choose or check the performance of the machine. So if you, this is the processor, this is memory. Okay, so if you hover your mouse over these, it will give you the current value of processor is 100% in use. You can see it goes 90, 99, 100. And the second screen is the memory screen, or you can say memory snapshot. In Windows, you use like Task Manager to find out all these options, how much memory is being used, how much RAM is being used. And maybe my memory on this is reaching almost 100%. That is why this installation is slow. Okay, so 68, 61% in use as cache, 20% in use by programs. Once the installation finish, we'll all again monitor the resources being used on this machine. Okay, again the CPU goes higher and lower, it is adjusting itself. 100% in use. All right. Okay, I think I need a bit stronger machine to use Parrot OS. Very soon I'm getting my 10th generation machine. I am an Intel guy. I do not trust more on. It is not like trust, but it is like my experience. I have already used Intel machines. I'm not very fond of like laptops. I want to sit in a place and work on a desktop. So I'm getting my another machine. If you want a high-end machine, you can go to Amazon. While we are doing this, I can show you Amazon website, and maybe Amazon or somewhere you can buy desktops. So if I choose a desktops, you'll get good machines in very low price. So if it is no third generation, no fourth generation. So if you see i5 sixth generation, it is a good choice, and you can put up to 32 gigabytes of RAM into it. Anything above like sixth generation is good. So I get my machines from Amazon. It is not like a promotion, but I'm telling you how can you get a good machine. And like if you have a little hands-on with hardwares, like you can open these desktops, you can upgrade, like putting more memory. No links I'll provide for these Amazon because it is on YouTube. It is not a promotional video or something. It is highly, I would say, like my experience and my learning video. So, but those are the places from where I get the machines. It is almost done. 100%, 99%. Okay, first, okay, this is a progress screen installing a base, like this is the one. Maybe I'm not very good in speaking or but I keep on speaking to keep you engaged so that you do not get bored that something is going on the screen and everything is silent. So I don't want to do that. Now it says it is done and 0 upgraded, 0 newly installed, 0 to remove and 1 not upgraded. Okay. So I think this is a kind of error. All updates are complete. Okay. Now it says all updates are complete as well. So you click OK. Now we are good with this machine and you see the CPU usage has gone down. So we are good with the resources as well. So this processor is 0.5% or 0.9% in use. Memory is also 1.1 gigabyte is being used, like 30% of memory is being used, 3.8 gigabyte. Swap is not available. We can look all these options later, but now what we will do is we'll go to VM, we'll go to settings, and we'll go to CD DVD and remove these connected, disconnect the CD DVD drive, the ISO file that we used. Uh, Disconnect anyway. Okay, yes, it is disconnected now. So let us verify once settings. Now CD DVD, it is not connected. Click OK. And now we will give a reboot to the machine, like restart this machine. And now it should load from its bootloader, not from the pen drive. Now this is a persistent installation. If you leave it like as it is for some time, it will load automatically the default option which is selected. And we are good with Parrot OS. Alright, now I think that is it for this video. We'll come up with another video on when we use like tools, what tools that we use for ethical hacking, cybersecurity and all. And then we can describe the use of one tool, because before I present it to you, I need to learn myself. So keep coming to my channel. If you like the video or if the videos are helpful, I would request you to subscribe, give it a like, share. Maybe I put a wrong password. Okay, now the correct password was there. Now we are into Parrot OS. Yeah, so keep coming to the channel. If you like it, then you subscribe it, because I do not want to tell you like, okay, go and subscribe and we'll give you some bounty or something like that. No. So it is your wish. If you want to subscribe, that would be a help to me. If you can share it with people, because maybe you are doing some course cybersecurity and you need to install the Parrot OS, so it will be a good idea if you share these videos. So that would be helpful for me and for others as well. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. We'll come in next video.